Let me know when you see us.
Okay.
Oh, you're supposed to be on the other networks. All right.
Ah, let's groove tonight. Da-da-da. Share the spice of life.
Da-da, da-da.
Hi, Stuker.
Hello, Scott, sir. How are you?
Everything's good. I see our guest was just in the waiting room and he logged out again. So he'll come back in a second.
He's going to come
listen,
back. Maybe he's getting a libation. Maybe he's getting a libation.
Yeah, I told him 7:10. What's happening, babe? Could you believe Suk, Philip Paz is still reverberating through my head. The fans are still writing from last night. I can't stop it.
OMG. I don't even know what to say, actually.
He was good, right? He was good.
Like, he did not disappoint. Like, he gave us everything, if you know what I mean.
He gave us everything he had, Suki.
He really did.
Everything. I'm just just sharing up everything so we can get it all out there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hit every Yankee fan group imaginable.
You know, it was funny last night when we were on and we were, we come on and we talk for a few minutes before the guests come on.
They were like, please shut up. We don't really want to talk to any of you.
Bring in Phil. Bring in Phil. Hey, where's Phil? Where's Phil? And Suk, I got to tell you, there are so many, the responses. I mean, there was thousands of responses on the page. I'm getting direct messages. Hey, tell Phil I love him. All from women and women 60 and over, I'd have to say was the demographic on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Just loving this guy, loving him.
I mean, they didn't just love him. They were like his eyes, his smile. And you know what? We got to say thank you to all their fans because they were just great to just kind of hear all of that love, And some of them are still on from Bushwick, Canada. Look at that. New Brunswick, Canada. Bushwick, Canada. I just made a new place. North Palm Beach, Florida. Love Phil. So good to finally join you. Roe is back. Jen McSweeney is sharing.
You mean Bushwick, Brooklyn?
I said, yes, New Brunswick, Canada. Sorry, Carol. It's midnight in England. Stephanie is joining us. Wow.
Stephanie. What's up, Stephanie Morley? How are you, young lady? From England tonight. Wow.
North Carolina.
It's like a beer keg rolling downhill, Suki. We're just picking
Caucus, New Jersey, Kentucky. People are just saying, great show last night. Hatfield, Huckabee, K. Delaney joining us in from Kentucky. Thank you.
Kentucky, nice.
Yeah.
That's the bluegrass state, Suki.
Yes, that it is, my friend. So
listen, we got
Nova
a big
Scotia,
show.
Canada.
Nova Scotia, Suk. We're worldwide right now. World friggin' wide. It's unbelievable. You thought Carson was big? This is big.
Forget it.
So listen, tonight we got a great show. Listen, whether you're a Yankee fan or not, David Wells, one of the very few perfect games in I was gonna say WWE in baseball history. No perfect games in WWE history. Wellesley's coming on tonight. The guy's a lunatic. He loves life, and he's got some amazing stories. And then, of course, I put together a little musical trivia quiz for you to play against him, Suk.
I'm glad because I was scared because you were talking about putting a quiz together. I was like, oh my God, I hope it's not like a sports quiz because I would fail miserably.
Listen, last week you reamed Nick Swisher in quiz that we put together.
I love Swisher. What a great guy.
Yeah, and David Wells is he's a big rock and roll music guy. I mean, he's got the collection in his house. We're going to talk to him about that. And after Wellesley's done, around 7:40, I got a little surprise, quick entertainment for you that's really, going to knock you off your feet. And, of course, our fans.
All right.
But listen, before we do that, because Dave's coming on in about 8 minutes, I've got, I go through I get all these memes all day long in these groups, and some of them are funny as hell. And I'm like, I gotta show Suki. I gotta show Suki. So some of them are a little dirty, but I pick out the cleaner ones that I could show
definitely.
you. So for example, you got here's one that's pretty funny right here. So Homeschooling going great. Why do you ask?
I like how she spelled whole. It says hoa. Hoa.
Yeah,
You're a hoa family.
I love my Hua family.
Hua. You
Right.
said hua.
That's not bad. Let's see what this
funny.
one is.
That little girl was fun.
Girl, I almost bit you. What happened to your hair? Why you got a mustache? Look at the dog's face. That's great, right?
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's so funny.
Let's see. Here's an innovative mask that this gentleman came up with. A little jeans mask.
It's
right?
it's like that jeans from One Funny Mummy where she had like, you know, the hole right by the ass cheeks. And it was like, who am I, Geppetto? Am I going to sew this thing up? What am I going to do? That's fun. That's funny. Yeah. That's funny.
Those look like they could be Wrangler button jeans. Let's see. Yesterday was Earth Day, right? So here's a good one.
Did you do anything for the Earth?
Well, here's the sign I put up.
It's not Uranus. You remember, you know what? Like, you remember when we were like anchoring the news and you'd have to say the planet's name and you'd be like, oh boy, here I go. I got to talk about
Shut up.
And then somebody was like Uranus. So it's like, it's not Uranus. It's
and you
Uranus.
And I would probably, I think we had a laughing fit that one time. We got to say Uranus. Let's see, Sue. Hold on. Let's see what else we got here. This is a cute one. Quarantine day 58. I built myself a Doberman. It's funny. And then what's this one? Oh, here you go. This is for you. It's called Quarantine Coffee.
That is.
It's just like normal coffee, but it's a margarita and has no coffee.
That's hysterical. I love it. I like that one.
I like that one.
And then
how about this?
Cheers.
Oh, you drinking? Look at you. What do you got? A Bear Claw working?
I figured White Claw. I figured Bear Claw. No, I figured somebody just hit us up on the show. I don't know if you got an instant message. I figured why not? David Wells is here, so he's you got to have a drink in your hand if David's in the house. So why not? Let's drink it.
I was gonna grab a White Claw, but I figured if David Wells saw me drinking a White Claw, he would think I wasn't like manly enough. You know what I mean?
So you felt like you had to have a tequila?
I ran out of Heineken, so I thought maybe a bottle of tequila. And here's my absolute favorite headline of the day. It's a little morbid. And it's got nothing to do with the virus, but here is the headline of the day. You ready for this one?
Headline of the day. Drum roll, please.
Woman wakes up in body bag after being pronounced dead by doctor.
Oh my God, she woke up?
Suki, worst nightmare. That's like, can you imagine worst nightmare ever? In Paraguay. Oh my gosh.
That's like something straight out of a movie, that headline.
Well, it says, and here's what it says. In a scene straight out of a George Romero zombie movie, a Paraguayan mother miraculously sprang back to life in a body bag after being pronounced dead by doctors earlier in that day. Isn't that amazing? That's like a nightmare. You wake up and you're in a bag, you're in the coffin, and you can't.
You're in the coffin. You're this close to being 6 feet under. You know what I mean? You're this close. Today the NFL draft going viral. Like a lot of people are talking about that. What are your thoughts on that? Is it good that Goodell is kind of moving forward with that?
Well, yeah. Well, listen, he's doing it. He's making all the announcements from his basement. I believe he lives over in Bronxville. So he's doing that from his basement, which is fine. They're still planning on the NFL coming up in the fall. A lot of folks think, and I heard Bob Costas yesterday on a radio show. A lot of people don't think that's even going to happen, but the guys have to get drafted. Really? So Joe Burrow expected to be the #1 pick tonight from LSU. He's going to the Bengals. And it's funny because all the teams have their people in different states, in their own homes. They're usually in that war room getting ready to pick people. So, but listen, enough about that because our guest is here right on time. The man never disappoints.
That's awesome.
I want to bring him in. David Wells. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Exciting. David
He has to
Wells.
work it. There he is. There he is.
Woo,
look at him.
See, he's got a drink.
Look at him. Let me see. Dave, you connected to your audio? Let's see. He's got to connect to his audio. He worked it before, Suki, so I know he's good.
Got it?
Oh,
He's
there
connecting.
he is.
He's in.
Right.
Full Led Zeppelin attire. The man does not disappoint, ladies and gentlemen.
I have so many shirts. I should be wearing Cheap Trick because those are my boys. Rick was at our wedding, which was pretty cool. Played.
Cool.
Dave, I was just
David,
telling
how are you? I had a drink in my hand for you. Scotty wimped out. He's not drinking anything. I don't know why.
Dave,
I have a coffee. I've been going full tilt today.
She's drinking a White Claw, and I said, because normally I'll have a Heineken, Dave, while we're doing the show, either that or a tequila, and all I have in the fridge are these White Claws because of my daughter. I said, I can't have David Wells see me drinking a White Claw. He's going to think I'm not even half a man here.
No chance. I had it before. They're not bad.
Exactly.
Is this too far away? Do I need to get closer?
Well,
cool.
to hear you, I think you got to come a little closer.
Come a little closer.
Arid extra. There you go.
There's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Now, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good.
Got a lot of folks on here already. Look, I was there when Boomer pitched the perfect game. I was there. I remember I saw him coming out of the stadium, so on and so forth. It was May 17th, 1998.
You know, I thought I met them all, to be honest with you. I guess I haven't.
No, there's a lot of them out there, Dave. Listen, can you believe, Suk, it's Dave, it's already been 2 years since you had your gala, the 20-year anniversary in New York. You know, I was there for Pix 11, covering the whole thing. That's been 2 years already, man. It's already been 22 years.
I know. I went last year to Coney's. Coney had a really good, a good event. That was fun getting up on stage with Paul Simon and Bernie and Paul O'Neill jam. I played the tamarines with my hand in my pocket, you know, thinking I was a badass. You got to hit the hands. You got to do everything. But that was a good one. So, you know, I wish we could do it every year to raise money for, you know, for our causes. But I think people will get tired of it real quick.
I don't know, man. Yankee fans never get tired of that stuff. I remember the one you had. Joe Torre was there. Jimmy Fallon was there. We're going to talk about Fallon in a second because I know he's got that story with you with that perfect game with the night before stuff.
Right.
But I mean, you know, Jorge Posada was there and guys just coming out. You know, it's such a great group of guys and everybody's so loyal to each other, especially when you win a title together. You know, what's that like for you and all the old teammates come out to support you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we take care of each other in that sense. We do a lot of our, everybody has a charity event. So we do their event. It's, you know, it's just the, I was the professional courtesy, you know, you made friends. That was your job. And, you know, you've run into a lot of guys over your career and you just want to help each other out. I mean, to me, you know, I think, you know, our playing days are over. Check your egos at the door. Now you're in society with everybody else. You know what? If you can help somebody, you know, as long as if it doesn't hurt you or hurt your financial needs to go out and change somebody's life, then, you know, why not do it? You know,
yeah, why not why not be of service to another person? I mean, that's really the ultimate goal, right? You're at the
right.
You have the ability to do that, to really change somebody's life.
And that's what we try to do. So that's what we do with everybody's charity events.
So what's California like? How are you doing? You know, how is it over there? Because like New York is really hectic. Things are really kind of crazy at times. The news is really kind of, you know, claustrophobic at times as well.
That's why I stick to Fox. Because let me tell you, those other ones, you know, what's funny is I watched MSNBC, CNN, the other stations for like a year straight. And I'm not a politician. I've never voted in my life, ever. But I just want to see both sides. And I see just every night after night, just hammering Trump, hammering all the Republicans. If I was a vote, I'd vote Republican because, I'm an active hunter. I believe in hunters' rights. I go to these conventions all the time, and it's 99%, Republicans. But, and then all of a sudden I started watching Fox, and it was like, wow, this is a huge change. So let me watch this for a while. I switch over to MSNBC and CNN after Trump would speak. And then they're just, the stuff that he just says, dude, they just flipped it and turned it over sideways, up, down, every which way but loose. I was just like, he didn't say it. He just did this, and you're already misinterpreting it. And I'm like, I'm had enough of that. I'd rather hear some positive stuff.
It's like everybody just wants to check in once a day, just to get up to date on what's happening and then check right back out, because it can get to be a little too much at times.
I don't care if you're a Democrat or you're a Republican or you're neutral, because basically I've been pretty neutral over my whole life. But just the hatred in this country right now because of the election, I guess, coming up. But to me, it's like, wow, we got one problem right now that we need to solve, and it's not politics. It's not True. That. It's like Congress has got to get their head out of their ass. Trump's got to quit saying stupid stuff, and blow him up. Even though I've known him for a long time, I like him. We're friends. But sometimes he says off the chart shit, and it's just like, what are you doing? So that's why I can understand people doing that. But you know what? It's I'm gonna vote this year for the first time in my life, and I'm gonna vote Trump.
All right. I'm sure 50% of the folks watching are about to write something in, I'm sure. Dave, listen, I was telling Suki before about, your incredible collection of memorabilia.
Memorabilia,
right?
Yeah.
And I remember the time that you wore, and I think you put this in your book, right? The time when you went out to the mound and you pitched the first inning with that Babe Ruth hat on, the cap, which was real, which was like a $35,000 cap, really Babe Ruth's hat, but yet you got in trouble for doing that, right?
I did. Joe Torre knew I was going to wear it. He goes, "You're not wearing that hat." And I'm like, "Why not?" And he goes, "It's not required uniform." I'm like, "It's got NY on it, bro."
Yeah.
It's got NY. And he goes, "It's not the hat. It's not the same as what we're wearing." I said, "Joe, you got to let me wear this." He goes, I said, "This is history." He didn't care. He didn't want me to wear it. So after I warmed up in the bullpen, Mel Stottlemyre and I come walking in, and I went in the dugout. He looked at my hat to see which one I had on. I went in the tunnel. I went up to my locker, and I grabbed the hat, and I went down into the tunnel. I went right to the end, and I'm looking up, and I see Derek and Jorge, and they're looking down at me, and I'm like, go, just run out, because once they run out of the field, the music starts and we get it going. So they took off running. I bolted out of the dugout and went on the mound, and Joe was not very happy about it. He ended up finding me $2,500, and I was just like, that's it? That's all you're going to find me? But I thought it was cool. And if anybody, I thought would have thought that would have been cool was Joe, because he's a baseball guy, no doubt about it. But unfortunately, I was wrong, but I didn't care. I'm wearing it anyways.
And you got it in, right? You got it in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's it like being reprimanded by Joe Torre? I can't imagine. You're all adults. You're all superstars in your own right. I mean, I can't imagine what those conversations would be like.
Well, they were few. I'll tell you that. But Joe, it just we're grown men. We basically run the clubhouse. He's the manager of the team. You got to respect that. When crap hits the fan, he comes out and he'll have our speech. We'll have our team meetings, and he calls guys out. And I tip my cap to him for that, because he's called Jeter out. He's called everybody out. He might not like it, but it is what it is. And sometimes we need to hear that. And that's what happened in '98. I think we lost the first 4 games. He called a meeting and he snapped, and we turned it around, and the rest is history. But to me, it's, I think he was more worried about, especially me, about me, my off the field endeavors, So it was like, I went out a lot. I hated to be in the hotel, in the apartment or a hotel, so I always went out. And but as long as I did my job, if I was failing on the mound and coming out 2-3 innings, getting my butt kicked every night, then I would understand that. But I'm out winning every other start, every start. I'm putting a W up by keeping the team in the ball game. Leave me the hell alone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Dave, listen, that game, right? That perfect game in '98. I mean, you go down in history as one of 3 Yankee pitchers to pitch a perfect game in a historic team that's got so much history to it. Number one, that's got to be amazing for you. But when you look at the lineup that was on the field that day behind you with like Jeter and Brocious and Paulie O'Neill, right? Posada behind the plate. Chuck Knobloch was at second base, right? Tino was out there. Just pitching a perfect game in the same year that you get the World Series, and after that day when you pitch the perfect game, you got the final out against the Twins. They're carrying you off on their shoulders, man. You must have been like, holy shit, is this for real?
That's the ultimate right there. When you get carried off the field, you've done something well. But that game doesn't happen without those other 8 guys behind me. Well, one in front of me, but that's, to me, was, there's no I in team. I just happened to be locked in from going out the night before, not realizing that was going to happen. But, there was really one ball hit hard, and that was the one to Knobloch. And to be honest with you, I didn't watch the game till a couple of years ago for the first time.
Wow.
And I always thought the ball hit Knobloch in the chest and he knocked it down, but the ball, Ron Coomer hit the hell out of that ball, and it was just a one hopper, and he caught it like that. But then once he got it and he started going into the throwing act, that's when I got nervous because he had the yips. So, we didn't know if he was going to sail it over his head. That's why Jorge busted his ass down the line all the time in Girardi, because they, you never know what Knobloch's going to do.
He had that hitch. He had that hitch.
Yeah,
right?
He had the Steve Sack syndrome.
And Suk, listen, when I was and Dave wrote about this in his book, Suk, and when I went to cover his gala 2 years ago, Jimmy Fallon was there, and I got to Jimmy, and he told me that you and he were out the night before at an SNL cast party, one of those post-show cast parties, and you said you were drunk. You maybe have still been a little drunk when you went out there and pitched that perfect game, hungover. And Jimmy Fallon takes complete credit.
To say the least.
Yeah, Fallon takes credit for getting you drunk the night before. Tell us about that night, man.
Well, it's just my dad brought my son to New York, so it was my visitation for that weekend, and so we went to dinner that night to Anthony's. It was right on 2nd Avenue and 80, between 83rd and 84th. It was a family style. So I go in there and I have my spaghetti and meatballs like I always do. Night before I pitch, I always had pasta, spaghetti and meatballs. And went back to the house, and I said, Pops, I'm going to Saturday Night Live. I'll be home around 1:30 in the morning. He goes, you got to pitch tomorrow. I said, I know, but I'm going anyway. I didn't want to miss an SNL. I mean, Lorne Michaels, I love him to death. He's like a dad to me, but a really, really good friend. And he took me under his wing years ago. So I went, and Marcy Klein, that damn woman, she started this whole thing. She says, are you coming to the after party? I said, no, I got to pitch tomorrow. She goes, Dennis Rodman had his best game ever after a Saturday Night Live party. and I'm like, I don't care. I'm not Dennis Rodman. And she goes, and she called me a pussy. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I said, all right, I'll go. I'll go for a little bit.
There you go.
Then once I got there, Jimmy and I made contact, and then Horatio Sands, he was there. So I usually hang with Lauren the whole time. And, I don't even remember who the cast was that night, but I usually hang at his table. I meet the cast, we sit, we shoot the breeze, and, just do all that. But I end up getting him walking around, and Jimmy and I, and about 5:30 in the morning, I don't know who left him first or me first. I don't know. It was one of us. Somebody had to make the initiative, and probably him. And I jumped in a car. Lauren always had a car for me, so I got home and I got up there and I just right on my face in the bed, and it was probably like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And my son wakes me up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Dad, make me breakfast. I'm hungry, and I'm like, go get Grandpa. Daddy needs another hour of sleep. He goes, no, he can't cook like you. So I'm like, you son of a gun. So I end up getting up on a couple hours of sleep, started pounding the coffee, pounding the water, made it. And then I got them in a cab. I got them both in a cab, and they had to fly back to Florida. And I went to the park, and I stayed away from everybody. I went in the back room. I went to the masseuse room and just said, work on my legs, because when you're pitching, when your legs go,
you're done.
You're done. Yeah.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
It's history. It's baseball history. It's baseball history. I can't imagine like one drink turns into 5:30. Actually, David, I can imagine.
I do.
I've lived that. I got you on that. Listen, we have a really good big fan, little JJ Sondheim coming in, and he wanted to know if Babe Ruth's hat still fits. So he wants to know, did it fit your head? Because Babe Ruth was a really big guy. That's what he read.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have the hat anymore. I let it go about 8 years ago. We were having fires out here in San Diego, and we've got evacuated a few times. And I said, I don't want to mess with that. That's history. So I put it in an auction, and I auctioned it off.
Wow.
But the hat was too big. So what I did is I put, I think I put some paper or some stuffing in there just a little bit to make it fit a little bit snugger. But it was cool. I just found a whole bunch of a big poster size, and then some 8x10s and some medium ones of me pitching in that hat that day. And and up in the corner is superimposed up in the corner, Babe Ruth looking at me. It's a really cool photo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well, listen, Dave, I know you're a huge music fan. You got the Zeppelin shirt on. Last week we had Nick Swisher on from his garage.
Love that guy. Love him.
Oh, good boy. You talk about energy. Nick is pure energy.
I think it's eyewash some of the time. He's too much. He's got too much energy.
And I didn't know that he released
He beamed up. He got in the jar to do your show is what he did.
Yeah. We, I pulled out songs from his album that he did. We really, we went deep into his career. But so Suki whooped his butt in trivia last week. So I know you're a big music guy. So I put together a little music, head to head for you guys before we let you go to see if Suki can kind of keep up the momentum and keep beating all our guests.
So are we doing rock and roll? Are we going to rock and roll now? Or is
I'm a rock and roll guy.
It's all music, Suk. I geared Dave's questions a little more toward rock, yours a little more toward general.
Okay. Oh, I get general. Okay. All right. Okay.
You get general. All right. So here we go. Here's question number 1. It's 5 questions for each of you guys. Suki, you first.
Okay.
Who was the lead singer of the 1980s pop group Culture Club?
Easy, Boy George.
Nicely done. Dave, you knew that one, right?
Oh,
yes, he did.
All right, Dave, here you go. In the Beatles song that starts with the words, I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me, what type of wood is in the title of that song?
Not morning wood, I'll tell you that. Oh my God. I mean, I know history about music, but if I was to say, it'd be petrified wood.
It's the song, I once
Norwegian
had a girl,
wood.
Or should I say?
Apparently the wood in Norway is really
Norwegian
strong.
wood.
Norwegian wood. All right, Suk, you won for one.
The wood in Norway, David Wells, is really strong.
Oh, geez. Are you doing via Norway right now?
No.
Suk, this one's for you. Whose 2013 World Tour was called the Mrs. Carter Show?
Beyonce.
Nicely done. 2 for 2. Here you go, Dave. This one's for you. Which one of Elvis Presley's first #1 hits on the Billboard 100 charts? I got multiple choice. Was it Heartbreak Hotel, Rock Around the Clock, or Rock and Roll Is Here to Stay?
Oh, geez.
Jeez, that's tough, Scotty.
You're going the king. What was the first one?
The first one was Heartbreak
Hotel. I'll go Heartbreak Hotel.
Nicely done. And you know why you got that right? Because the other two songs aren't even Elvis songs. I threw that one. It was a softball.
That's right. No, it's curveball.
All right, Suk, here we go. 2-1. Which pop singer's real name is Robin Fenty? Is it Madonna, Rihanna, or Halsey? Robin Fenty.
I just saw that too. I don't remember.
It's Rihanna. It's the makeup line.
Dave, do you agree or disagree?
What's that?
You agree with her that it is Rihanna?
No.
Oh, sorry, Dave. It is Rihanna. Way to go, Suk. Here we go.
David, have faith in me. Have faith in me.
Dave, I know you're going to get this one. You ready? Marvin Lee Aday is better known as which musical artist?
Marvin Lee Aday. That's one I do not know. I do not know that.
Which Bat Out of Hell artist is known as Marvin Lee Aday?
Oh, Meatloaf. You know what?
Suki,
and I've met Meatloaf a few times, hung out with him, but we just called him Meat.
You called him Meat, right?
Called him Meat. Yeah.
Suki,
is that how he introduced himself to you? Is that how he introduced himself to you? Like, my name is Meat?
No, Meatloaf. He just goes Meatloaf. He's a wonderful guy. Wonderful guy. He did his storytelling show at the Ruth Eckerd Hall in Clearwater, Florida.
Wow.
So it was pretty cool. Yeah.
I mean, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, right?
Before we go any further, do you love me?
It's a great song at the Lodge in Chicago. Peanuts on the Floor. We play that about 10 times.
Awesome.
Suki, which pop artist rose to fame with the hit I Kissed a Girl?
I Kissed a Girl?
Mm-hmm. I kissed a girl and I liked it.
Oh, that's Katy Perry. That's Katy Perry.
Nicely done, Suki. Look at you. You're perfect today. All right, Dave, here we go.
I don't know any of that hip hop stuff. Sorry.
This one you're going to get, Dave. You ready? The songs No Reply at All, I Can't Dance, and Turn It On Again. Which group?
No reply at all. You know, I know who it is. And what's the other song?
Listening?
I Can't Dance and Turn It On Again.
Oh, that's Phil Collins. Thank you.
That would be, yes, but officially Genesis. Here we go.
Yeah.
Last two. Suki, what song would you hear the lyrics? I need you more tonight, and I need you more than ever.
And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. And I don't know who sings this song, but I know the song.
What's the name?
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Nicely done, Suk. All right, Dave, you ready? Last one. I'm 100% sure you get this one. In what song will you find these lyrics? If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now.
Well, come on, right here. Right here. Right here.
What is a hedgerow, by the way? Do we ever figure that out?
No, we'd have to Google that.
All right, I have one bonus for Suki. You ready, Dave? Suki,
Yep.
David Wells' perfect game was only the second of 3 in Yankees history. Don Larson's was the first. Who was the third?
David Cohen.
Nicely done. Nicely
Cone,
done.
not Cohen. Cone. You
Cohen. Yeah, he's not Jewish, Suki. It's not Cohen.
I'm so used to all the Jews in New York. It's Cohen, Cohen.
Dave, listen. I know you're busy, but I wanted you to.
I got nothing, dude.
You got nothing?
Bring it on.
Oh, Okay.
Listen,
We got another
Dave,
hour or so.
what do you do in your time now? Like with everything that's going on with COVID, I mean, everybody has so much time on their hands. What do you find yourself doing more than ever?
I've been signing stuff because I've been putting it on the on Twitter, and then through my foundation, the Perfect 33 Foundation.org, and you know, just and giving the money to first responders and my foundation as well, and just trying to help these people out. I've been going through the last 3 weeks just through my closet, in my garage, and finding stuff from 25 years ago, and not knowing how much I accumulated over the years. I found all these things that I don't want, and I'm like, you know what? Instead of trashing it, just let's see if we can make some money and help our first responders, because
Sure.
these people are going, and I know a few first responders as well, and it's just amazing what they're doing. And I can't thank everybody enough on Twitter for responding and making this happen, and making sure these people are getting fed properly, because eating out of a vending machine does not go well, and they need better nutrients and all that stuff. So a buddy of mine in New York, Justin at Sage and Zest, he's been feeding. I wrote him, and then Mike Red Walsh, who we've known for years in the Yankee family, worked with Hank Steinbrenner, the great Hank, loved Hank, God rest his soul. And so he's out there with Laritz, and I think Nelly and Cecil and some guys helping the first responder as well. So I just sent him a check for $3,000 to feed these guys as well. So all I've been doing is finding stuff here, and if it's legit, I'm selling it. And in fact, it's funny. My wife put this over here on purpose, but I'm a motorcycle guy. So this was my badass leather Harley Davidson jacket that I signed.
Cool.
Got all the, and this, I'll tell you what, this thing keeps you warm. So as you can see here, I'm not doing this any justice, but
right.
You got all that. This thing weighs pretty good, and when I ride, especially when it's cold, this thing kept you snug and warm. So I'm going to auction this thing off as well, and just finding stuff, because that jacket is, I've got a different one now that I've used. So just stuff like that, and I'm finding that I can auction off, do that. And other than that, just trying to stay the hell out of my wife's way, because she likes to get mad at me a lot.
My husband said yes. I hear him on that one. Stay away.
Dave, does that all get auctioned through the Perfect 33 Foundation?
Yeah, well, what I did with the cups, which was, my buddy Chris Blaine in Detroit, about 3 weeks ago, he's like, I was talking about memorabilia. He goes, "Hey, you got any old cups laying around?" and he was just being a joke, because we golf a lot. Me, him, Jeremy Roenick. We got a big group. We go to Pebble Beach and play a Ryder's Cup up there, and all that. And so when I started going through the stuff, I found one, and it was in one of my Detroit Tiger bags. So I said, "May this COVID-19 mask keep you safe." And I did that. And I just started brainstorming. I said, you know what? I've got a few of these around. Why don't I just, as a joke, go out there and throw it on there and see what happens? Well, I didn't realize I was going to get that type of response. And that's what happened. So I started doing that and putting baseballs, and I've got probably 300-400 baseballs that I've gotten from different teams. When I was coaching high school, I would use those for batting practice. So I accumulated them. Well, I don't coach anymore. And so, but they're used. They were in batting practice for all the teams that I got them. I love.
Say hi.
And so I found those last night. So people want baseballs on the site. So I'm just, they were actually hit by big league hitters on different teams that I got them from. So I'm just going to auction those, see if people want them. I mean, I know they want a new ball, but these are used, and I sign it. But I get the balls that I can sign that are legit and all that stuff. So, but I need to get rid of stuff in this house, and why not try to make help charities out and do this? Because when I sign, I normally sign, at signings, it's $65 a ball with with an inscription, with the PG inscription. So that's what I do. And I don't care if it's a raggedy ball, whatever, that's what I charge. And that's that. So I found my wife made some baseballs, and I showed you earlier today that for my 40th birthday party.
Yeah.
And I did that. I showed you that today. So I have 30 of those, and I'm going to do a Yankee card that the Yankees did on that, and I'll sell that for 100 because everybody wants. I only sign Blue Jay cards. It's the only card I sign, and they want Yankee. So I got a Yankee card. I just found stacks of them. I got a few hundred of them. So with the ball, I would do that for $100, and then we could take care of a lot of charities.
Some of the viewers want to know, Dave, what's behind you right there? A lot of people are like, what's all that memorabilia behind him?
Looks like some paddles.
So I support, my foundation supports our Navy SEALs and military for traumatic brain injuries.
Wow.
So I have a golf event every year here in San Diego. So I sell foursomes, and then I get celebrities to come in as the fifth. So I usually get about 30 to 33 fours or fivesomes with the celebrity. Larry the Cable Guy comes out, Jim McMahon. You know, I get all the guys. Trevor Hoffman, David Cohn's been out a few times. San Diego's infested with a lot of athletes, but you know, they all come in from everywhere to support my cause. And so these are paddles that I've had made, and some that I received from the SEALs, and then I collect their coins. So I got all the coins from actual team guys. So, and then I've got my 9mm pellet gun right here. So as you can see, so I keep that around. I keep that around just in case, just in case a lizard or something comes in here. No.
Yeah, you gotta permit that
guy. The flies off the wall, piss the wife off. But no, so I'm big active into the military. I try to help our guys out. So that's basically a lot of my focus is on the Perfect 33 Foundation for our military guys, because these treatments that we're doing for these guys are incredible, great response. And one of my good buddy, Nick Norris, he's a spokesperson for my foundation when we do our auction. But he gets up with a doctor and talk about the TBI and how powerful this is. And so we don't discriminate. We'll get everybody in. But these team guys, those are my homeboys.
Dave, last question. It's probably the most important from Joe Petrangelo. Wants to know if you have the Beanie Baby from Beanie Baby Day from your perfect game.
I do have the Beanie Baby. I got, excuse me one second.
See that? Ask and you shall receive.
There it is. I got a couple of them dangling right here. So I've got, I've got some things that's coming the site's way. But like I said, my wife's gonna do because I don't take mail-in orders. Just too much stuff comes to the house or to the PO box, and it's just too much, and I don't respond. I just send it back because it's invasion of privacy to me, and it's just too much for me. And then they find you, they'll find other properties that I have and send stuff there. And that to me, I'm going to try to put together a store to where if they want to send it in, and there's some people on Twitter that has been responsive and very thoughtful and say, hey, just send it, we'll help you do it. But it's pretty simple. We could do it this way, that way I could set something, give my kids something to do. And when we can start doing it and then I'll run it through that. But we just need to set it up first. So tell everybody to chill out, hold on. We got something, because if they want something of their side, I just got to figure out how much I'm going to sign it for.
Right.
David
right.
Wells,
That makes sense.
Dave, hey man, listen, I told you to be out for 10 minutes. You killed the whole half hour. You see how fast that went?
Thanks so much.
You only do it for a half hour?
Half hour, bud. Thank you so much.
An hour.
I had a question. Name something that something that nobody knows, not nobody knows about you, but the Yankee player that was like one of your go-to trusted, that person that could turn it around in your head when you were feeling down, that person that could talk you into doing things and talk you off things and pump you up. Was there one person? Was it a group of people?
Well, and there's one person, David Cohn. So when David Cohn came off his aneurysm, I think it was in '97, and we were in Oakland. So we got into Oakland early. We had to stay downtown Oakland. And they said, when the sun goes down, do not go out. Bad neighborhood. So Coney and I went to the bar. And we were sitting at the bar and nobody was there. And then all of a sudden guy goes, hey, last call. We're like, all right, well, then all of a sudden a ton of people showed up. And so Coney decided he's going to buy a bottle of everything. And the bartender said, there's a private room back there. Go back there. You guys can party and do whatever. So we did. And I drank pretty much a lot that night. Next day, Coney did too. He goes out and he gets pulled with a no-hitter.
Wow.
Okay. He had a no-hitter going. He get pulled out because of a pitch count.
Wow.
So I get on the bus after the game. I eat a little bit, shower. I get on the bus. All of a sudden, Coney gets on the bus. He goes, Boomer. He goes, let's go. I said, go where? I go, I'm not feeling too good tonight. I said, I got a pitch tomorrow. And he goes, remember last night? And I go, yep, that's right. Let's go. So we hoofed it down to San Francisco. We had a limo, but Joe Torre and I were button heads, and this is where the story's going. So Coney goes to Torre. He goes, don't worry, Joe. I'll take care of him. I got him. Let me take care of Boomer. You guys are battling. Let me take care of him. So we did. Come All-Star break, Coney goes in and says, hey, Joe, you got to separate us, man, because we went back to back. So we needed a little gap to get at least one night's sleep. And, but that's the influence that Coney had on Joe and everybody else. But that man, he helped me with the media because I always fought the media. I never got along with them, especially the Joel Sherman. Him and I butted heads like crazy. So Coney talked me into being nice. I tried doing that. It wasn't receptive on Joel's part, and all hell broke loose. But he was my go-to guy because I just trusted him with everything.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Dave, this
Very
was
cool.
great, man.
Sorry the long-winded answers, but
no, you know what it is? I love those long-winded answers because it's really the story behind the story, the real thing that we, as fans don't get to see. And after you retire, you're able to reflect upon all of those moments. When you're in it, you don't really understand it, but when you're out of it, you could see where those pivotal moments were in your life and the people that really shaped you and helped you and created, what this is.
And that's good because Coney was a player rep. He was, for a high school kid, he's probably one of the smartest guys I've ever met, for not going to college. But every team had guys like that. When I was in Boston, Jason Varitek was that guy. Jason was an awesome catcher, great guy. In Toronto, when in '92, Dave Winfield, when I first had Dave Winfield was that guy. He would pull everybody out of that clubhouse you were in there, get your butt on the bench. So Dave Winfield was that guy. Cal Ripken in Baltimore, Barry Larkin in Cincinnati. So we had those guys on every team that I've been on. I've been on 9 teams, but nobody can compare to David Cohn. He was the best.
Coney.
The
best.
Yeah.
Dave, thank you, my man. Listen, we only get paid for 45 minutes, so we got to cut it off.
Well, I'll have to send you a signed card or something. Maybe go sell it. And take care of your sponsors.
Dave, this was great, man. Listen, I so appreciate the time you gave us, buddy. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And when you're going to give me rock and roll questions, give me rock and roll questions.
Thank you. I was
listening.
Where's the Led Zeppelin? Where's Rush? Where's the Who? Where's the Stones? Where were you going?
Yeah, even Traffic. You can get Traffic in there with Stevie Winwood. Get all that stuff. All the 70s stuff. That's me. I'm a 70s, late 60s and 70s guy.
Since we're all sitting around with nothing to do these weeks, I'm bringing you and Swisher on. You guys are going to go head to head in a little Yankee action.
Oh, gee, well, his head's going to be all over the place. Yeah, he's a bobblehead, man. He's a bobblehead. I love that guy.
Thank you, my man. We'd love to have you back. Thank you, bud.
You're welcome. Anytime. Appreciate
it. Dave, thank you so much.
You're welcome. All righty. Cheers.
Great.
Cheers to you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God, how
Suki,
cool is he?
part of Yankee lore.
I
Now,
mean-
I want to bring in, as we have about 15 minutes left, I want to bring in a little top-notch entertainment for you. Are
All
you
right,
ready?
let's do it. We're packing in the show. Look at us.
All right, now here's what I want you to do. I want you to shut your eyes for a minute because his name will come up first, and I don't want you to see it until he comes in. Because you know he's one of my all-time favorites.
Okay.
And he's coming in. Hold on.
Then he's coming in now.
Is our special, I see his picture, but he's not in it. Our special guest, are you there? I see.
Am I still eyes closed?
photo.
Are my eyes still closed?
Yeah, keep your eyes closed. His shot is there, but I don't see him, Suki.
He's coming in. Text him.
All right, let me see. I texted him. I said we were ready. I told him 7 foot. Oh, there he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Who is it?
All right,
Do I
Suk,
get a hint?
open your eyes.
Oh my gosh! How are you? He's got the hair up and down. It's good. It's good. How
My
are
boy.
you doing, Ken?
Ladies and gentlemen, master magician, illusionist, Kenny Salaz. Kenny, good to see you, pal. Can you hear us, Ken?
Hello,
Ken.
Kenny. Tell him you.
Can you hear us?
Can you
You
hear us?
can hear us. Can you hear us?
Can you hear
Ken,
us?
can you hear us? No. Put your microphone on.
Put your mic on.
Hold on, Suk. Let me see if I can put him in the waiting room. Then admit. Boy, that was going to be an amazing entrance. I don't know what happened. Kenny, can you?
Let me tell you something. He was awesome.
Ken, can you
You know?
hear us?
I can
Ken?
hear you.
He can't hear us. No, we can't hear you, Kenny.
Go back
Here
there,
we
you
go.
guys.
There he is.
Hello.
I drank
Now I got
pretty
the
much a
audio.
lot that night. Next day, Coney did too. He goes out and he gets pulled with a note.
Oh, somebody turn off the show.
He had
Is
to
that
go
you,
there
Suk?
and get pulled
No,
out.
that's not me.
So
Ken, turn off your sound.
you might eat a little.
Ken?
Oh, I froze.
Ken, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Kenny, hold on, buddy. Hold on. Ken, your sound is muted. Hold on. I can't unmute him.
I know, and I'm frozen.
Ken, can you hear us now?
We had a limo, but
Oh, no.
Joe Torre and I were button heads.
Ken,
And
turn off your sound. Yeah, how about now? Can you hear us? Okay, now I can't hear you.
But we can't hear you. You're muted. It says
You're
Ken is
muted, Ken. You got to unmute yourself.
There you are.
There he is.
Now I'm on.
Joe goes in and says, "Hey Joe, you got to separate us, man,
You
because
got to turn off your Facebook.
you have to get at least one night's sleep." And, but
All right, you good?
Got it.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Kenny, babe. I've been plugging you all week. Mystery guest.
Hello.
Hi,
you doing,
how
pal?
are you?
Good. How you doing, Suki?
Excellent. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Absolutely. Great to see you. You know, I texted Scott that I had a little special trick for you and Scott.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, this is a fun one because, you know, we're all cooped up and we're gonna do a little word game. But
Okay.
when I was a little boy, this is one of the first things I used to do as a little boy. My mom would give me the comics. And
Okay.
she'd take the bubble and erase the bubble. And I try to figure out what the little person said in the bubble, you know,
Wow.
try to guess it like as a mentalist. So tonight I have my bubble, which we can, it's a balloon. And can you hear this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
There's a little piece of paper in there. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, Suk, he's going to freak us out. I feel it.
I don't really know if I want him in my brain.
We're going to keep this real simple. I tell you, I won't be in your brain. This is what I'll do.
You wanna see
Yeah,
it?
see, I did a little drawing of you, Suki.
Oh,
Look
look
at
me.
that, Suk.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Nice hair. Okay. So we're going to do a little a conscious exploration of the conscious part of your mind and an exploration of the subconscious.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But here goes the conscious. I'm going to say a word and you say the first word to pop in your head.
Okay.
Well, here's the test run. White.
Black.
Okay. Now, but you don't have to do the opposites. So you
Okay.
ready?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I
Ball.
would have said Walter.
What? Ball?
Balls.
Bouncing?
Bouncing. For balls, Suki?
That's what
You let me down on that one, Suki.
Bouncing balls? That's good.
There you go, bouncing. Okay, we got bouncing. Scott, here, look. You get a word.
Oh, look at me. I never looked so handsome, Suki.
There you go. I haven't gave you a shave.
I look like Alfred E. Newman, for God's sake.
All right. Now, you're going to say a word also. You ready?
Yes.
Testicles.
Oh, okay. Testicles. All right. You did not wake up this morning thinking you'd be saying that live, right?
Well, yeah, kind of.
Okay. Now, the next one, Suki, is going to be subconscious. Are you ready?
Okay.
Go back to you.
Okay.
You're in a dream. And think of a real dream you've had in your life, any dream you've had in your life.
Okay.
And just name one object or one thing that was in that dream. It's still in your subconscious. Don't tell me it was bouncing balls.
It was Uranus, the planet.
Losing it.
We were just talking about Uranus.
Oh my gosh. I've done this a lot. And I've never had bouncing balls in Uranus.
Wow, that's a good one. Bouncing balls in Uranus?
And Uranus. I mean, I've done this 50 times, Okay, so we have them right here. I'll leave it up. Can you see it there?
Yeah.
Here's the balloon. Okay? And I want you to see here. Listen. Hear that?
I'll die if it's in there.
There's nothing in my hands, okay? There's nothing in my hands.
Okay.
All I have is I have a clear bag.
He's double bagging, Scotty.
In the bag. Here we go. Jeez. There, it's in the bag.
Okay.
Now I'm going to pop the balloon in the bag with my balloon opener.
It's funny.
Yeah, look, a balloon opener.
Oh, stop it. I like it. It's a nice knife right there. Look at that knife.
You ready? Now, you'll see right there. You see a little piece of paper?
Yes.
That was rattling around inside the balloon. I'm going to take it out.
Suki, if that says testicles in Uranus, I'm leaving.
Here you go. No funny moves. No funny moves. Here it is. Okay, I'll let you read it. It says conscious.
Conscious. Suki says the word bouncing.
Holy shit.
Conscious.
Oh,
Dressed up Uranus. Scott says testicles.
There's no way. There's no way that's possible.
That's through the internet.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
How is that even?
How is
That's
that
unbelievable.
possible, Ken?
Suki dreamt of Uranus. Scott says testicles. Wow. Holy cow.
Ken,
That's
that was
unbelievable.
good.
That was good, right?
That was
Oh my
crazy.
God.
I
I don't know how you pulled that one off, pal.
I pulled it out of my
Out
bag.
of Uranus. Oh, You don't have any others sitting around, do you? Little card
sure.
trick.
Absolutely. A little trick. You want a magic trick?
Anything, bro. I love this. I love it. That was Suki, that was unbelievable.
I don't know. Meyer Alexander's like, what the hell? Dirty minds here.
Yeah.
Your brother David said bravo. Your brother's
if you
watching
had my
us.
brother, if my brother said bravo, that's big.
Oh, good. Good. Big. All right. I'm going to do a visual magic trick here. Okay.
Okay.
Involves a deck of cards, you know, and of course, to get your attention, $100 bill and a pen. Okay. Here, it's a pen.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I just want you to see it's a regular old pen. Now, what the cards just fell. So hold tight. I'll put the pen down here.
Got to pick up
Suki,
those
that
cards.
stuff was
Fell on the ground.
already in the balloon, Suk. It was already in the balloon.
What, your testicles?
Everything. Wow.
All right, here we go. Here's some cards. So, Suk, you wanna choose one?
Tell you when to stop?
Yeah, let me do this so you can. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just say stop whenever you want.
Okay, stop.
Right there. Well,
Yeah.
you caught me off guard there. All right, it's the queen. All right. So I'll put the queen right here.
Okay.
Now watch this. I'll
Okay.
take the pen. I'll take the dollar. And I'm gonna push it right through the dollar. That's easy. You just push it through the dollar, right?
Okay.
This is the hard part. Pulling it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the hole right off the 100.
Oh my God.
There.
Wow.
Jesus.
Okay, the hole's gone, but the problem is I have it here in my hand. And if it doesn't go somewhere, it's a infinity thing, you know, so the whole universe is going to get sucked into this hole. So I gotta put it somewhere. So you see the card?
Yes. Oh my
Wow.
God.
Look at that, Suki.
That's crazy.
Suki, what the hell's happening?
Look at that.
This is sorcery. This is wizardry. This is crazy.
That's
was right through.
unbelievable.
You know what's crazier than that? If I were to take that hole off,
He took the hole off.
it's right here. Can't you see it? I'll put it back on for one finale here.
Unbelievable. That is crazy.
Wow.
There we go.
And it's
Thank
so
you so
round
much.
and pretty.
It's so.
Wow.
Thanks, Ken.
Thank you, Suki. Good to see you. Thank you for having me, Scott.
All right, tell everybody
Kenny,
where we can find you, Ken.
Oh,
once again.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name's Ken Salaz, and it's Astonishment Inc. www.astonishmentinc.com.
Listen, I have a painting I want you to paint. I got to get in touch with you.
Oh, yeah, shoot me a text.
I will.
Yeah, shoot me a text.
All right, definitely.
Luke, did I tell you I had some great entertainment surprise here at the end of tonight?
Astonishing.
This was the greatest entertainment. We had Uranus, we had testicles, and we had bouncing balls.
Listen, Kenny, you know you love us. You love us. We keep it fresh. We keep it
Real
popping.
fresh. Real fresh.
Man, that
Thank you so
balloon
much.
thing was incredible, Kenny. Love you, pal.
Thank you. Be well, okay? I hope to see you sometime soon live, all right?
Yes.
Thank
yes,
you. Oh, you
absolutely.
listen.
Thank you.
Anytime you got new stuff, you come back. You do it here first.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
All right, my man.
Bye,
Love
Ken.
you,
Have a
pal.
great
Thank
night.
you.
You too.
I love him.
Wow,
He makes
Suki,
me
what the
smile.
hell? What was that?
I
Suki?
could not believe he said, because I was like, I'm going to say things that he really doesn't
Yeah,
want to know
like-
that I'm thinking.
Off the beaten path, right?
Yeah.
Like if he says white, he knows you're going to say black. You said Uranus.
Because we were talking about that before when you put up the pictures.
And I said testicles. He's got it in a balloon on a piece of paper. How's that possible?
We were trying to be outrageous, and I guess he beat us to it. He beat us in our own game there, Scotty.
Look, he could have guessed anything.
He's a mind freak. I love it. Sorcery on this Thursday night.
What a show, huh? What a show. David Wells, little Ken Salaz.
I hope people enjoyed it. We definitely enjoyed it.
We fooled them again, Suk.
We fooled them again. And we want to thank everybody. Thank you so much for sharing, liking, spread the word. Scotty and I are doing our best. Another great show. Really. Good show.
Yeah. Go enjoy the NFL draft, people. It's 8 o'clock.
I know. It's 8:04. We got to go. Bye, Scotty.
We'll do it again tomorrow. Hopefully we have a guest for tomorrow night.
We're trying.
I'll see you later.
We're trying. Bye, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow.
Night,
Thanks for the support as always. Bye-bye.
Adios.